375 miles per hour. Today's Maglev train is gone in the blink of an eye. But this monstrous speed began in a dark mine, on a wooden track pulled by horses, at a speed of only 2 miles per hour. How did we get from that slow 2-mile wagon to today's high-speed magic that doesn't even touch the ground? Let's take a look at the timeline, from coal to today's futuristic speed monster. In 1712, English inventor Thomas Newcomen built the first practical steam engine in Dudley, England. It wasn't built for transportation. It was built to pump water out of flooded coal mines. The engine worked by filling a cylinder with steam, then cooling it with water to create a vacuum that pulled a piston downward. But there was a massive flaw. Every cycle required reheating and cooling the same cylinder again and again. It burned enormous amounts of coal. It was slow, and it was inefficient. Still, it proved something critical. Steam could produce mechanical power. In 1765, Scottish engineer James Watt made the breakthrough that changed everything. Working in Glasgow, Watt realized the problem wasn't steam itself, it was wasted heat. His solution? The separate condenser. Instead of cooling the main cylinder every cycle, Watt added an external chamber where steam could condense. This prevented constant reheating of the main cylinder. The result? Fuel consumption dropped by nearly 75%. But Watt didn't stop there. Factories didn't just need up and down motion. They needed rotation. So Watt introduced the sun and planet gear system, converting vertical piston movement into continuous rotary motion. Now steam engines could power spinning machinery. And eventually, they could turn wheels. In 1804, Welsh engineer Richard Trevithick built the first steam locomotive capable of moving on rails. It ran in Penydarren, Wales. It successfully hauled iron and workers along tram rails, but it was too heavy. The rails cracked. It proved the idea worked, but infrastructure wasn't ready. September 27, 1825. The world changed. George Stephenson, along with his son Robert Stephenson, built locomotion number 1 for the Stockton and Darlington Railway in England. It carried between 450 and 600 passengers and coal. This was the first public railway to use steam locomotives to carry passengers. It was no longer an experiment. Rail travel had begun. In 1829, at the Rainhill Trials in England, Stephenson unveiled a new locomotive, Rocket. Its innovations included multi-tube boiler for better heat transfer, separate firebox, improved steam flow. Rocket reached speeds of 30 miles per hour, astonishing for the time. More importantly, it proved reliability. Rocket became the blueprint for modern locomotive design. United States 1830s. America enters the rail era. The United States quickly followed. In 1830, inventor Peter Cooper built Tom Thumb, the first American-built steam locomotive. It operated on the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. Though small and underpowered, it proved domestic production was possible. Soon after came Best Friend of Charleston, 1830-31, in South Carolina, the first regularly scheduled passenger steam locomotive service in the U.S. One of the most important moments in American history came on May 10, 1869. At Promontory Summit, Utah, the Union Pacific and Central Pacific Railroads were joined. The Golden Spike was driven. The first Transcontinental Railroad was complete. Travel from New York to California dropped from months to about 1 week. Railroads unified the country economically and socially. Massive locomotives like the 440 American type became standard. They could haul 300 to 500 passengers or long freight lines across vast distances. Rail built modern America. Railroads expanded rapidly. By the late 1800s, rail networks expanded across United Kingdom, Germany, France, United States, India, first passenger train, Bombay to Thane, 1853. Luxury entered rail travel. The Pullman sleeping car, introduced in the US in the 1860s, made long-distance travel comfortable. In Europe, the Orient Express, 1883, connected Paris to Istanbul. Railroads became symbols of prestige and industrial power. By 1900, most industrialized nations were connected by rail. Oil drum 1900 to 1950, diesel and electric revolution. Steam had dominated for over a century, but it had limitations: high maintenance, large crews, frequent refueling, complex operation. In 1912, early diesel locomotives appeared in Switzerland and Germany, but the real breakthrough came in the United States. In 1934, the Pioneer Zephyr, built by the Budd Company for the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy Railroad, stunned the world. It was diesel-powered, streamlined, lightweight stainless steel. It carried about 70 to 100 passengers, and it was fast. Then in 1939, EMD-FT, produced by General Motors' Electromotive Division, proved diesel locomotives could dominate freight transport. By the 1950s, steam engines were being retired worldwide. Electric trains also gained popularity in cities like London and New York. The steam era was over. In 1964, Japan introduced the Zero Series Shinkansen. It ran between Tokyo and Osaka. Speed 210 to 220 kilometers per hour. Travel time was cut from 7 hours to 4. This was the world's first true high-speed rail system. France followed in 1981 with the TGV Sud-Est, built by Alstom. Speed 260 to 300 kilometers per hour. Germany introduced the ICE-1 in 1990. Speed 280 kilometers per hour. High-speed rail became a symbol of technological leadership. In the 21st century, China emerged as the global rail leader. The CR400 Fuxing, introduced in 2017 by CRRC, operates at 350 kilometers per hour. A 16-car set carries over 1,200 passengers. China now has the largest high-speed rail network in the world, over 40,000 kilometers. Meanwhile, Japan continues developing the SC Maglev L0 series. Tested speeds 603 kilometers per hour, using superconducting magnetic levitation. No wheels touching the rail, just magnets and motion. Germany introduced hydrogen-powered trains like the Alstom Corridor Island. Cleaner, quieter, environmentally sustainable. Rail technology is now driven by AI monitoring systems, smart diagnostics, and automation. Rocket the future beyond 2025. Engineers are testing 600 plus km/h Maglev systems, vacuum tube concept, autonomous rail control, hydrogen and battery-powered fleet. From Newcomen's coal-burning pump to magnetic levitation traveling faster than commercial aircraft takeoff speed, the train has never stopped evolving. It reshaped nations, powered revolutions, connected continents, and it continues to accelerate. The story of trains isn't just about speed, it's about human ambition, and that journey is far from over.
Hello everyone, let us know the comment how you like the video and what topic you would like to see in the next video. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and share in the video. Thank you very much everyone.